Hey, welcome to Eyes Open Media. I want to talk about Dr. Shabibi for those that are in the dinar, Iraqi dinar investment. I know that some of you guys are not in the Iraqi dinar investment, so you guys probably don't really care about Dr. Shabibi and what's going on in Iraq. But I wanted to talk to those that are in the Iraq investment about Dr. Shabibi. All right, so you got a couple of gurus and a couple of intel people that are saying that Dr. Shabibi is back in the CBI. He's being protected by armed forces or special agents and stuff like that from America and other countries. And and or that he's living in the compounds with Dr. Shabibi and they're at meetings and they're doing things together. And also Sistani, the religious authority, is also partnering up with them to get the reforms and things done. And people can say this is all bull crap, this is blah blah blah, but when you see the articles that Dr. Shabibi made, you can tell that something had changed. Okay, it wasn't the scared man that was living in Switzerland, or the scared man that was, afraid to talk and afraid to point out corruption by Maliki, afraid to do a lot of things. It was a man that knew he was protected. The way he came off, he even joked that Maliki's girlfriend was Madha al-Mahmoud, which is the supreme judiciary leader. So I mean, when you can make statements like that and still be alive, then you're definitely surrounded, okay, with high tech and with high tech weapons and personnel around you. So we know he's guarded. So that means that he's definitely not in Switzerland. All right. So we know he's in Iraq, and he's I mean, for me, it's just guesses because I don't know for sure. But what I'm going off about with the articles and what Dr. Shabibi is saying and how his mood has changed. And also, I'm going to respect the intel that I have and the intel from others as well, especially from people who have connections to those that are actually in the parliament of Iraq. Okay, and I'm also gonna respect those that usually get a lot of things right before they even hit the markets. Okay, or the media. All right, so those guys and those people are saying that he's there, and Dr. Shabibi is there, and he will, announce himself here in the coming weeks. Okay, so I've already said that I expect him back in October. And I wanted him back by the 15th. We are at the 15th now. But as I told you guys, when I make an ultimatum to a body, we usually see it a week or two later. So let's see what happens. I know Alak is still in the CBI, but he's no longer in charge. They just haven't told us that yet. Okay, so and we see that Alak is not really making too much statements. And how do you know? Is because of the articles. The articles that are coming out are not predicated to Alak and money laundering and to help Alak out. They're the articles that are coming out are for the citizens, basically. They're helping the citizens, the economy. That's not, Alak wouldn't want to do that. Matter of fact, if Alak tried to do anything like that, he usually, what usually happened was Alak would say something, Maliki would call him, or somebody in Maliki's camp would call him, and then 24 hours later, he would make a statement that I didn't mean what I said. And we saw that over and over again in February, March, and April, and May, and June. Because why? Because Alak was really in the CBI. Dr. Shabibi wasn't. Okay? But lately, the last 3 months, we have seen Alak not really, when he does make statements, he's very careful when he does speak. And he doesn't really want to say anything to really too good and not too bad at the same time. But when we hear Dr. Shabibi speak, there's a two difference, because we can hear Dr. Shabibi and he's all about the citizens. He's all about the economy. He's all about putting money into the economy and all that stuff. Okay, so we know when they say governor of central bank and they don't say a name and you read the article, you can tell if that's Alak or Shabibi just by if it's going to be helping the people, and if it's and not just helping the people, but that it's a strategy to help the people. Alak wouldn't do that, okay? So Alak would blame other countries, other, like, he'll just blame other people. He doesn't know how to put words together. Okay, this is why we know the difference between Alak and Shabibi. All right, and when you saw the Shabibi article, you saw how precise and accurate and how his words were complete. So that's the difference between Alak and Shabibi. Shabibi is just more educated and everything is complete. He knows what he's talking about because the CBI is his. Okay, he's been in the CBI for a long time. Alak hasn't. Okay, he has no business being in the CBI, and that's coming not just from me, but that's coming from people in Iraq that have said the same thing. Okay, so why won't we see Dr. Shabibi until it's time to really get down to business? Well, number one is, wouldn't that give it away? Have you guys ever thought about that? There's thousands, maybe even million, maybe a million people. There's at least thousands, but it could be millions of people sitting on the sideline, watching the articles, watching closely, don't even have a dinar in their hand, and they're going to try at the last minute when they see something positive that's about to happen, go get some dinars. Okay, so to stop that, speculators, you keep Dr. Shabibi away because everybody in the dinar community knows that if we see Dr. Shabibi, then we're going to see the lower dinams, either the 50 worth 50,000 and the 100, or the lower dinams come out. And the raising of the value of the currency. They know that, okay? So this is why we have not seen Dr. Shabibi, and I believe we won't see Dr. Shabibi until they are ready to go, okay? And that means the laws are announced publicly. They've already been passed in the budget. I've said this how many times? You can email me all you want. You can message me all you want. The laws have already been passed in the budget. Now they're going to show you those laws individually, of course, in the Gazette in the library, but they've already been passed in the budget. Okay, so they're going to show you the laws here soon. They usually do it end of October. Let's see if they do it this year, end of October, early November. All right. So once we see the laws, we should see Dr. Shabibi because then it's time to rock and roll. All right. But they don't want to bring Dr. Shabibi in right now because guess what? If they bring Dr. Shabibi in right now, all the speculators, the thousands and millions of speculators will then flood the exchange markets and try to buy up a lot of dinars because they see Dr. Shabibi. Okay, so that's one reason why they're not showing Dr. Shabibi until it's time to go. Okay, so when Dr. Shabibi gets in there, he should move quickly because Iraq doesn't want millions of people going to the exchange or going to banks or going wherever and loading and on hoarding up on dinars. Okay, they don't want it. I mean, of course, they don't really care, but they do at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Or at least the elites care. Okay, Iraq probably doesn't care because they've printed a certain amount, and that's just a certain amount they have around the world, so they really don't care. But the elites do. The elites don't want millions of people flooding into the markets and stuff and hoarding dinars because they know it's about to revalue. Okay, they don't want that. So they're gonna play this safely. Dr. Shabibi will probably come out and say, I'm in control of the CBI, and then maybe a week or two or less, they gotta move because speculators are going to hoard the Iraqi dinar and buy it like crazy. They'll sell their house. They'll do everything once they see Dr. Shabibi because they know it's about to go. All right, so if I'm Dr. Shabibi and I'm Iraq and I'm somebody that knows that this is going to happen, I make sure everything is done. And when Dr. Shabibi announces himself, out 9 hours, 9 to 12 hours, I would then put the lower denoms or put the 50 out, and I would raise that value immediately, so people, the speculators, can't rush to the exchanges and the airports and stuff and hoard that currency. All right, so you're either in right now and you believe, or you're out. Okay, so that's basically how I see it's going to happen, and hopefully it's here in either. It looks like it's going to be November, guys. November, of course. The magic deadline is January 1st. And that's not because of Wayne Dane. That's because of the activation of the SDRs. All right, so I know some of you guys are probably saying, "Well, that's Wayne Dane said January 1st, 2016." Yeah, he did, and there might be a contract for that, but I'm going off of the SDRs. The SDRs basket is supposed to be activated 2016 January 1st with the Chinese yuan renminbi in that basket. So that's why I say January 1st, 2016 as well, but for another reason, for the SDR basket. Okay, so there's two reasons for January 1st being the deadline of deadlines. Okay, number one, because of what Wayne Dang has already told us over and over again, is that the Great Britain, and America, UN, IMF, and World Bank told Iraq, contract with Iraq, that you got to have the currency turned on by January 1st, 2016. Okay, if not, then we'll come in there, we'll turn it on for you, and we'll everything that's blocking the dinar from being a worldwide currency and the reserve currency, we'll remove it, we'll unblock it, and the world will recognize the dinar January 1st, 2016, if you guys like it or not. Okay, that's one. Number two is the SDRs will be activated with the Chinese yuan renminbi in the SDRs. Now, of course, they have to put them in the SDRs in November. Okay, they have to pass the test. They're going to be processing. We know that the IMF wants them in. Christine Lagarde already says they're coming in. Okay, Obama gave his blessings to them already. The IMF has also told them to unpeg from the dollar. Let's see if they do that here by the end of the month or early November, so they can stay in compliance with the IMF. And then we'll see the process in November, and then they'll be accepted into the SDR basket, and then activated January 1st, 2016 in the SDR. So that's why we know for sure. For how am I saying this? We know for certain, all right, that something is going to happen with the dinar by January 1st or way before January 1st. Now, the Lord has told us that we do not have to wait for the Chinese yuan renminbi to enter the basket of SDRs. The dinar will happen before that. So that's what the Lord said. And told the prophets. And told me and one of my prophet friends as we were having a conversation. So we know that. So we know that we're about to be closer, and also we know that Dr. Shabibi will be announcing himself here in a couple of weeks, or maybe 3 weeks. Once the laws are passed. Once the laws are already passed, or they were in the budget, but once the laws are announced, okay, to the public, then we'll probably see. Then we most likely will see Dr. Shabibi. There are going to be some reforms that are going to take away, I guess, that are going to help to get rid of the corruption people, Madhal Mahmood, Maliki, Alak, and some other people like that. Maliki might run the Iran with Madhal Mahmood. I don't know. We don't know how that's going to play out, but hopefully it's in the next 2 weeks. We'll find out once all the reforms go through and the laws are announced to the public. All right, so that's all I got, man. And the question was, why are we waiting on Dr. Shabibi? And the reason why is because Dr. Shabibi is going to be the one that comes back to the CBI. He's the only one that knows how to do it, run the monetary reform. And he's going to drop the lower notes, and he's going to raise the value of the currency to the price that he wants to, and then he'll get it to 3+ as quick as he can, as quick as the economy can handle it. Okay, so I don't know how long that will be. Maybe it'll take by mid 2016 to get it to 3 plus. Maybe it will be a couple of days. Maybe it'll be a couple of weeks. We don't know. Dr. Shabibi knows, and he knows the economy, and they'll do it from there. All right. So currency 365, powered by Eyes Open Media. Stand by because it's about to be very, very fun as we witness the laws all come out in public. We witness probably the arrest of lots of corrupt people. A lot of them have been fired already. And we also see people run to other countries. And then we see Dr. Shabibi. We see the Chinese yuan renminbi be processed and enter the SDRs. And then we'll probably see the revaluation around that same time frame. We'll also see the Iran Riel turn their currency back on. And then we'll also see January 1st, we're going to see the activation of the SDR basket with the Chinese yuan renminbi in it. And we'll probably, before that, we might see other currencies reset so they can adjust to that. Or they'll reset once that happens. All right, so they could so the other currencies like the dong and stuff like that, they could reset before the January 1st, 2016 activation, or they can reset after. All right, so but they will have to reset because isn't the dong pegged to the dollar? And so there's a lot of other currencies that are pegged to other currencies, and if everybody has to give up shares to the Chinese yuan, then those currencies are going to go up and down. Okay, so and to the new prices, and a lot of those countries are going to want to go to a reality. Matter of fact, in the new banking system, all the currencies have to go to a reality, Basel III reality, backed by something. So that's the reason why we believe that we're going to see the rupiah and all the other currencies in the reset go to a reality of their price. And of course, the dong is way out of position, way underpriced for where it should be as the economy is soaring. So it is what it is, guys. Currency 365. But right now, let's just focus on the dinar. Let's focus on the laws that are about to come to the public, and then Dr. Shabibi, and then let's see the lower notes, and then we'll focus on Iran and the yuan joining the SDR basket. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm powered by Eyes Open Media. Thanks, guys.